Hey everybody, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Just a quiet Sunday here in South Alabama. I've morning routine as usual, out for a walk, 64 ounces of watermelon juice. Still enjoying some here from those. Ooh, I got some good watermelons at our little weekly market yesterday. And the 2 glasses today are just full of sugar. Yeah, it's been a nice quiet weekend. Got some things done. Finished up a major project yesterday, which was a big load off the mind, and I'm just ready for a new week to start. And I wanted to start off the week with just a very basic, simple message. My number one reason for a raw food diet. I do videos every day, so if you haven't already done it, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel now. Then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll be sure and stay subscribed. YouTube unsubscribes people sometimes. Yeah, I just wanted to do, I like to take it back. You know, if you haven't picked that up on this channel, I'm real simple, I'm real basic. I get a lot of questions that are detailed, like, you know, they'll be long. Sometimes it'll be da-da-da-da-da-da-da. What's your take on this? I'm like, I don't know, I haven't even really heard of that. I just keep it real simple on what I'm doing, and never to say that, oh, this is the way to do it. I might be missing stuff. I might be doing it too simple. But when I tell you my reason for this raw food diet, it's kind of the same reason I do this raw food diet exactly the way I do. And my number one reason is how I feel. I feel good all the time. Now I want you to think about that for a second. You know, that sounds like, you know, a statement. Okay, well that's good. You feel good all the time. No, I feel good all the time, 24/7. But I'd probably jinx myself. I'll come down with something today. But no, I feel good all the time. And I never had that in the first 48 years of my life. You know, it was kind of like a crapshoot. You woke up every morning, checked in like, okay, how am I going to feel today? Now, granted, I was a drunk. I was a drunk for 30 years, so a lot of days were marred by that as well, you know, hangovers and dealing with that. So if you wanted to just be straight up, you might say, well, I'm not a drunk, so I don't necessarily have to deal with that, so maybe I feel good all the time. But I went through a lot of periods. You know, I went through drying out periods. I went through a number of periods throughout my life where I would go 4 months, 6 months, sometimes even a year without taking a drink. And sometime during those periods, because that's what I would always do, I'd clean up, get a little bit healthier. I'd do one of these dry spells. And even when I was not drinking and I was eating the healthiest version of the standard American diet that I ate at the time, I still not even anywhere remotely close to how I feel now, or even how I've felt pretty much the whole time that I came to this, since I've been following this lifestyle. Now, that has gotten stronger and stronger and stronger, even as recently, I don't remember kind of when that stopped, even like 2 or 3 years ago, I would still have a wonky day every once in a while. I just couldn't even explain it. Like I just would have, I wasn't doing anything different. Just a low energy day. I don't know what it was, but those were very few and far between. That would be like maybe once every 6 months. And it would, a lot of times it would be like a travel day. It would be after I had traveled. So it could just be airport crud or whatever. But yes, I had never, because back before, the way I used to live, the way I used to eat, I didn't understand how my body really worked. I didn't really understand how I was supposed to be feeding myself. So especially with the digestion, the stomach, all that, from all the way from the mouth all the way to coming out, you never knew. It was kind of like a crapshoot, you know, like how are you going to feel? Oh, I got just a little bit of indigestion. And it wasn't always something, you know, very serious. Wasn't always something, you know, that was like made me feel really terrible. But yeah, you would just have that kind of wonky stomach. You know, I remember telling people sometimes, oh yeah, I got a bad stomach today. Or, you know, you would eat something or you go to bed at night and you just have that bit of indigestion or that little burn of heartburn. But there was always something, always something. Or, you know, just randomly you have a headache one day. Or, you know, back then on my immune system has always been fairly good. So I didn't get a lot of illness even back when I was totally abusing myself. I wasn't that person that caught every cold that came around. I didn't generally get flu. Let me knock on wood again. I'm a bit superstitious. I didn't get flu. Um, and a lot of that probably had a little bit to do with my not being such a, like I was always conscious of my hands, not as conscious as I am now about, washing my hands, keeping my hands clean. I don't interact. I'm not shaking hands with 100 people a day. But yeah, even back then, even at my absolute best, it was always a crapshoot. I've been through, I eat cooked food from time to time, and I don't have a problem with that. But I can always feel that difference. I can always feel that difference, and I can feel like, I have had bloating before, whatever. Nothing like the regularity of the raw food diet. And that's why I can't. So I think sometimes, I'll go back and watch an old video, or I'll get in an interaction somewhere, or I'll see a comment. I don't want to come across as arrogant or like, oh, I know everything, or this is the way, or my way is the way. I just know this. The way I feel, there's no way. I've mentioned this before. There's no way I'm going to go against in here how I feel just because somebody says, well, you're supposed to be doing that. I'm going to go on something I'm supposed to be, or what somebody else's opinion is, or even like what I read somewhere, as opposed to how I feel. And I have to trust that. I have to trust like that this can't be fooling me, that I can't feel this good. I can't have this much energy. And it seems to be just increasing as I get older and not going backwards as I get older. I just can't, no, there's no way. That would be illogical for me. That would make absolute zero sense to feel like I feel, and based on somebody else's whatever reasoning, for me to say, okay, well, just make an intellectual decision. I'm going to make an intellectual decision to change what I'm doing to override how I feel every day. And it's natural. I don't think a lot about this lifestyle. I just eat what I feel like eating. I eat like what my body kind of feels like eating at the time. Most days, I don't have like a plan, like, okay, I'm going to eat this, and this today. I just kind of go. I have that first watermelon juice, and if I have the feel for it, I have the second one. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. If I've got mangoes around or whatever, usually I just wait and see. What does my body feel like? I don't wake up in the day going, okay, let's see. I'm going to drink my watermelon juice, then I'm going to eat this, then will come this, then will come that. Most days I don't really know exactly how they're going to unfold, and that's something that's a bit new, and that can be a bit seasonal too, especially in the summertime. I don't do as many recipes at night. I don't make green soups. I don't do zoodles as much. I just kind of eat fruit, eat some greens, make a lot of ice cream. But certain times of the year I do. But the point being is like, I'm not ever going to go against my feeling, and I feel absolutely spectacular. I like to reiterate sometime that this is a very natural channel. What you see is what you get. I feel like this all the time, you see you see things out there, and not even related, not necessarily food related, where you feel like the person on camera, it's kind of an act, and you're like, okay, they're putting on this thing for the camera, and then when they turn off, they're kind of like, but no, dude, I'm bouncing all the time. I'm, out for my walk this morning. I'll probably go to the gym and do some abs. I'll be back out for my walk this afternoon. And it's not an obsession where, I got to get exercise. But it's kind of okay, I got to put this energy somewhere. I can't just, sit around. And that doesn't really have to do with the food, but that saying is true. A body in motion stays in motion. Once this weather changed about 6-8 weeks ago, I just started moving every day. I got out the door first thing every morning, and it just moves on itself. This diet just it feeds you, it makes you move, it gives you this energy. And like I say, I don't get too detailed with it, so that's sometimes I like to do the simple videos and just reiterate, I'm sorry, I can't answer a lot of your questions because it's stuff I'm not really interested in. When somebody gets into something that's very detailed, okay, well, what about, this specific blah, blah, blah? Well, no, I don't know. I mean, this is how much information I can give you. Most days I'm going to eat 5 things during the course of the day. I'll probably eat not the same every day, but I mean, there's generally that pattern. Whatever time of the year it is, I'm finding this certain thing, that certain thing. So I'm eating about 5 things most of the time now. I might be eating 5 different things, but it's always a small number. Like right now, it's like watermelon, banana, mango, spirulina, blueberries, and not a whole lot more. And I just keep it simple and I feel good all the time. But anyhow, just keep your reasoning simple and keep your lifestyle simple and just keep life in general simple. You don't need all this kind of calculation and all the books and all the this and all the that. Just tune in. Let your body, feed your body what it actually needs to work. And, like I say, am I doing this diet perfectly? No, I doubt it. But I feel good. I feel good. And I've never had that before. So that's a unique thing for me. And for me, that's enough to just continue doing what I'm doing with just the still honing going on, because as I keep doing these videos month after month, year after year, I'm telling you the absolute truth. A year ago, I probably thought I felt spectacular, and I probably did a video like talking about how good I felt. I don't make major changes, but there's always this little bit of tweaking. It's always going to like a different level of even feeling better. And I sometimes keep thinking, okay, well, that's not possible. I can't keep feeling a little bit better and feeling better more consistently, but I do. And that's why I eat like I do, and that's why I'm going to continue eating like I do until I don't feel this anymore. So anyhow, take from that what you will. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful, powerful week. Peace.